Will there be a grand political game being played by President Ruto? Hello, viewers, and welcome back to another session of the Manifesto Watch podcast. My name is Gary. Today, we are looking into the grand political game that's being played by President Ruto, which will harm the ODM party. If you can remember with me, back in August 2024, when President Ruto mentioned four very prominent ODM members in his cabinet, everybody was taken aback, and the net effect of this move meant that ODM had two less people on the floor of the House. But then something happened in the previous cabinet. If you remember, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u mentioned it when he was handing over the docket, and here is what he said.
From this notion that high tax rates will raise high tax revenue. The reality is the opposite. I don't want to mention who drives us there, but there are so many colleagues here to tell you exactly what we need to do.
So the economy, with all the problems that it had, was now placed squarely on one of the ODM members, Honorable John Mbadi. And if this picture is anything to go by, I think he's regretting quitting the floor of the House to join the skunks, as he called them. Now, the next thing that had happened earlier, actually, on the day that President Ruto dismissed his cabinet. Earlier that day, most of the members were in an event with the Prime CS, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, and on their Twitter feed, they were updating their followers about the plans for their respective dockets in the coming quarter of the year and such like things. They had no idea that their tenure in that job was 3 hours to the end. Well, it looks like President Ruto and his management style has not changed, because today, 3 hours before he gave the State of the Nation address, the CS for Energy was in front of a parliamentary committee and he was vehemently defending Adani. Have a listen.
On the matter of Adani indictment, Honorable Chair, we have got through very elaborate mechanism for undertaking due diligence. The PPP Directorate, which is domiciled at the National Treasury, in coordination with the KETRACO, conducted due diligence exercise on the proponent, that is Adani Energy Solutions, in two phases. Phase one, of course, involved documentary review. That's what we call desktop review of all soft copies of the documents that a proponent provided to demonstrate their technical, legal, financial, and logistical capacity to undertake similar projects. But at phase two, Honorable Chair, the due diligence was conducted by a team of 8 officers, all members of the evaluation committee, who traveled to the proponent's country of origin for the purpose of verifying details provided by the proponent during phase one of the due diligence. Is that at the end of the day, after those 2 phases of due diligence, the contracting authority, that is KETRACO, was of the view that the proponent passed the test.
After he said all this, the president took the chance during the State of the Nation address and nullified not only the JKIA deal, but also this KETRACO deal that had already even been signed. According to witnesses in the cabinet and people who work with Ruto, he is a hands-on guy who likes to micromanage everything. And if he cared about saving the face of CS for Energy, he would have either instructed him to let out a gazette notice that they have nullified the KETRACO deal, or in his speech he would have said that he has instructed the Energy CS to work out a plan to nullify the deal. But then this is not what he did. He instead took the opportune moment to make him look like the hero saving us from the Adani deal, and in the process making the Energy CS look like someone who did not know what he was doing just moments ago. So in my view, the president might be playing a political game against ODM party. If these CSs perform well, it will be praise to him. But if they don't perform, the party will look bad and people will lose faith in Raila's party. What do you think about this? Share your comments below.